Hello and welcome to another episode of Mortgage Video Mastermind, where we bring you professionals who share insight into the latest trends, tips, industry, technology, and services to help you create more videos to use in your mortgage business. 3, 2, 1, we're live. Okay, and welcome to another episode of our Mortgage Video Mastermind. Everyone's like hopping in here right under the gun, and I think Scott's going to be doing that. My name's Ginger Bell. We have our usual suspects, Frank Gray, Carl White. I'm excited because we have a very special guest today who I honestly have been stalking for a while. So I was so excited to see you to come on. And that is Dalila Ramos, who is the Vice President of Diversity and Growth at Equity Prime Mortgage. So thanks for joining us. And
my pleasure.
You know, hey, Scott's here too. All right,
I'm here.
Woohoo! And you know what,
Couldn't miss Dalila
for Frazier, because Frazier, you know, has been a host for us for a long time, and so now he's gone, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get you in here. So,
okay.
So I love that. Okay, so just so you guys know,
that'll show Frazier. It took Jason. That took every bit of 5 minutes to replace him. So I'm just saying. And if I may go out on a limb and say, this is a hell of a step up. I'm just saying.
So this time it is Frazier's fault, and we really appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah, we had a saying in the group that we always said, blame it on Frazier. And
blame it on Frazier.
Blame it on Frazier. Yeah, that was always it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of lay the foundation. Dalila does Taco Tuesday. And so every Tuesday, no matter.
I'm already a fan. Just want you to know. I'm going to stop you right here right now. I'm already sold. I'm in.
No more.
Tacos, like, who, right?
Right?
Everybody wants it. And she does it no matter where she travels, because I know you've been having some travel. You're in Miami and I think a couple other places. So and she'll get other people in the videos. She'll have people rated. So I don't want to say anything more than that. Otherwise, you had me at taco.
Exactly.
And so tell us what I want to know is kind of back to the very beginning. First of all, how did you come up with this idea? You know, kind of how did you frame it up? Because our goal is to be able to really give people an idea on how to start incorporating, you know, video into their business. So lay that groundwork for us.
Okay. And team, any questions, feel free to like hop in, ask a question. It's fireside chat here. Taco Tuesday Talks with Dalila came about, it's going on like 2.5 years. I can't believe. And I am super grateful that I did it right before the pandemic hit. Right? I'll tell you why. So Taco Tuesday Talks, the idea came in my hometown of Chicago. That's where I was born and raised. I currently live in Florida. And my best friend, who's a realtor, he has something called, he's the cowboy realtor. Black guy with freckles. I don't know if he's well known within the Chicagoland area. So he had this branding that just started to really take off. And I'm like, man, Sean, I need to set myself apart. I really want to take myself to the next level. And he's like, well, combine something that you're passionate and that you love with mortgage, because I've been in the mortgage game for 21 years now. And so I remember exactly, like, it's one of those, you guys have moments where you know exactly where the idea hit. Like it was great. And like 20 minutes later, I came back, I'm like, tacos. I love tacos because I think Chicago has like the best tacos, right? And I fly home.
Them fighting words from Californians.
I was going to say, so I did not.
Texas.
And I have to be honest, I don't think of tacos in Chicago.
I don't either.
Same.
Which is not a bad thing, because there's the education part of it, right? It's like you might not think of Chicago and tacos. Here's a challenge. That sounds like a challenge from Frank, right?
I challenge you guys, right? Like, really, like, California, I get, but to this day, Texas, it hasn't wowed me yet, right? I gotta check next on the girl, but that's where the idea came from. And I wanted to, videos started to really Just obviously YouTube has been around for a long time. The generations behind us, how they absorb information is different. It looks like the whole team here, I still love mail. I like phone calls. I still get excited when I get like a postcard, like that's me, versus the generations behind us. They text, YouTube, social media. I mean, we all know that Google's the #1 search engine, right? So like, I wanted to make sure I had to put out information a different way. And that's how Taco Tuesday Talks got started. And I put out my first one sometime like late 2019. And then you guys, everyone knows what happened March of 2020. And because I took that leap of faith, that kept me connected with everyone during the time we were on total lockdown, right? That kept me connected. And it just continued to grow, and then the likes continue to grow, and the topics, the comments continue to grow, and now it's to the point where I go places and people are like, I know who you are, or it's so weird. I get text every Tuesday, you guys, somebody sends me a text message of their kids eating tacos, of their dinner, of their lunch. It's incredible. And so the end.
Well, what is the, I don't know if you covered this, I came in like a minute late, but what is the video? What is the conversation?
Yeah, what do you do?
What creates community?
So every single Tuesday, I'm in a different, I could be in my current hometown of Orlando, right? But I go to different cities. I'm always at events and conferences representing EPM, right? So I was at ICE Technology last week in Vegas. And I did my Taco Tuesday there. I had a guest, Josh Friend, CEO of Incinerate. He was my taco guest. He got me a whole taco buffet. Like, it was amazing, right?
Yeah, and you're getting free tacos out of this now too. I think a couple of
I'm getting more than that at this point. But I mean, it is, so I go to different cities, different events. I have guests. Sometimes I collaborate with other women, because I do talk a lot about women empowerment, leadership, and diversity issues. I talk about homeownership a lot, all that.
How long are these videos? How long are these videos typically?
5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. They're not, I make sure that there's some guests that are a little longer, right? But they're short. They're not 30-minute.
What platform do you put them on?
LinkedIn and Facebook.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So is the point the converse? Oh, go ahead, Carl.
Go ahead, Scott.
No, I was just gonna say, so is the point the conversation and you're eating tacos while you're having the conversation? Or how does it, where I still want to know what role the taco plays.
Yeah, frame it.
And this video.
Frame it for us. How does it go?
Because okay, this is how I'm going to frame it. Great question, Frank. Statement. You'll never see anyone sad at a Mexican restaurant, ever. Like, never. Nobody is sad or disappointed eating tacos or having margaritas, right? So it's so
the margarita part for sure.
Yeah, for sure, right? But tacos, like, so it's such a warm, like, hey, you want to have tacos with me? It's such a warm invite. Who's gonna say no to tacos? So that's kind of like the foot in the door. And it just so happens that I really, really do love tacos. Like, I really do. I think they're the best thing. Like, when I go home to be with Jesus, I hope that my mansion has like a taco buffet in that sucker. I'm excited. Right?
So what she does, so Frank, every week, different place for a taco, and the conversation is always, and she does, a great job as far as framing it. It's Taco Tuesday. And so she'll talk about, sometimes it's the different tacos. I know you don't like flour tortillas. You always like to have the corn tortillas.
Of course.
Yes. But she'll, it's interesting for somebody, and it's, I love, because it creates that. It's like, oh, what tacos are you gonna have? And oh, those look good. And so if you're sitting down with someone, then you'll open the conversation. So then, Scott, the conversation may be about diversity or empowerment, or it could be something of homeownership or a tip or something. Yeah. She does. I mean, it's not a lot of education, but what it is the link. So she does obviously, who she is. If she's out having a conversation with someone, then you'll,
Yes.
talk about whatever baby they have. The ice technology, there's obviously a lot of technology options there. But she
I
begins it with the interest of tacos, which piques a following, which is what we want, right? And so
Yep.
by building that following, then people become more engaged. And I mean, a lot of people, they'll like send a video on your response. I've seen people saying, okay, I like the taco on the left. That one looks better than, or I went over there and tried it. So the engagement that she's getting
That is,
is what's so
yeah.
intriguing to me.
Now,
The
on
engagement.
when you're shooting this video, am I with my phone doing a selfie kind of thing when I'm doing it, or I have like a little miniature tripod and kind of doing it? Like, what is?
That's the thing about it. It is never scripted. Now, the place I already know in advance, right? Because I have to make travels. Like, okay, I'm going to be at ICE. I'm going to be at MBA Tech. I'm going to be at Next. I'm going to be, at NAMBA. Like, I know exactly where I'm going to be. But the whole thing is to highlight maybe different topics, highlight different people. I want to know like their backstory. How did their company get started, right? But it's raw and authentic. Like, it's not scripted. And I think that's another thing. The consistency, the tacos part is what draws, right? Everyone wants to know where I'm at. What tacos do I have? And then the consistency of it is what it is. And then of course, it's authentic. There's no filter. If you drop your taco, let's keep it moving. Like, it's not scripted. It is really, hey, tripod, camera, go. And it's such a
Taco
fire
consumption.
yeah, and it's like we talk about it, and I always end it like, now it's like people say this to me. I always end it because of my priority in my life is my faith. So I'm always sending positivity and love to everyone. This too shall pass, because it came from the like pre-pandemic, and that's how I always ended. Because at the end of the day, like, yes, I understand. I tried my best to add education in there, but I want it to be light. I want it to be fun and really just just who I am. Like,
So there's actually, now that while you're talking about this, there's really an interesting metaphor for tacos and life, because between that shell, everybody has their preference in what ingredients and what amount of which ingredient. They're all tacos, but everybody has like this unique way of how they want to build their tacos.
Diversity in taco.
Yeah. So you have this common love, and yet everybody still has all of these nuances, and they're still individuals. Right. So there's something really, really cool there. That's amazing.
Frank, I think she's on something here, Frank. The Taco Tuesday, you could have Weed Wednesday, right? You could...
I was thinking Wine Wednesday.
Remember to do Weed Wednesday. Hey, I missed Weed Wednesday.
That only works in some states, Carl.
Yeah, really. You get, depending on where you're traveling, it may not work. So I have a question for you, Dalila. So do you always record these on Tuesday, or do you sometimes record them on Monday?
Majority of the time they are recorded like Tuesday on that day. The only time I have to do it maybe the day before, there's a time difference, or if my guests, like sometimes they're leaving, I'll record it maybe like the Monday before if I have to accommodate. But no, I mean, it is within that Taco Tuesday like window. I try not to really, unless it's something I've done a few collages that takes a little bit more. For Women's International Day, March 8th, I had like Suha on there. I had so many ladies, NBA was involved, right? And so that took a little bit more time. Those kind of collaborations take a little bit more time, but just the individual with either myself or a guest, no, it's like, sometimes folks, I don't even know what the topic is. I'm driving to my taco spot because it's Tuesday. I'm going to celebrate this Tuesday. I'm excited, and it just comes out, and it man,
So
I
it's
just,
so it's almost always live. It's always spontaneous, and it's almost always live. And then occasionally you'll put together some collaborative video or something like that, a
yeah, like
compilation.
highlight. Like I was thinking
Okay.
earlier today, okay, I'm already thinking in advance, like Father's Day. What am I going to do for Father's Day? You know, what am I going to do for Mother's Day? There's that Tuesday before, you know, I already have like my Easter one or just the idea.
Ah.
But, you know, like, yeah, it's,
So have you had any taco places reach out to you and ask you to come and review their
oh,
tacos?
yeah, yes. I've had a lot of places recently asked to, can I, when you're here at the city, can you come to my taco? I've had a lot of them when they ask, they'll comp the bill. I don't get charged, no matter how much I order.
That's the real motivation right there.
There
I
you
mean,
There you
go.
go.
free tacos every Tuesday, no matter where you go, bring it.
Woo!
Yeah,
Bring
Well,
it.
it's set for life.
it's getting up there. I just can't, already 2 years have gone by, right? Like that's crazy. I just can't believe it went by so fast. So
So I oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Scott.
No, I was just going to say, I want to circle this back to, again, something that Carl, you did 2010, you did a video marketing conference in Dallas. And Frank was there. And this was part of what Frank was talking about with your hyper local and building your community and being that digital mayor. It's just Taco Tuesdays is good, but when you do that in your community, your local community, and you're doing small business spotlights and to the different restaurants and things like that on a hyper local basis, when you bring attention to these businesses, these taco places, whatever the things you're interested in, now you're a resource to business owners that have lots of customers. And you can say, hey, when you drop by there, tell them Dalila sent you. Right.
yeah,
And they'll get you, you'll get free chips or whatever the case is. But that's a really cool way to build buzz and authority and value in your local community by spotlighting taco stand or any other business in your community. Right.
And bring a partner along with you. I mean, take a realtor
yeah.
with you
Yep.
and go, sit down and have a
And
conversation.
and on top of that, as I continue to grow in my career, I always made like a pact, like a promise that I know I represent the people that are boots on the ground. No matter where the good Lord decides to take me, CEO, COO level, wherever he decides to take me, I will always represent the people that are boots on the ground. That's why I make it a point to also highlight them. What are their concerns? What are they struggling with? What are their highs? What are their lows? What's working? I have those people. Yes, I'll have the CEOs on, but then I also have, just a couple of weeks ago, I had a good friend of mine. Why did I have him on? Because he reached out to me. He was like, Dalila, I've got my originator license for 1 year. I'm struggling. I need help. I'm going to help you. I'm never going to get ever too big that I'm not going to be able to help, because then I know how it feels. I know how that feels, and I'm not, yeah.
But that's a point to who you are. That's your soul, and that comes through. And we've
Yeah.
talked about this many times. That comes through, and having that link as far as interest, finding out what that passion is. I think that's what people struggle with in getting excited about video. Like I just had an onboarding call with a new client, and she's terrified about doing video. She's going to do it anyway. And I said, what gets you excited? Like, what do you enjoy doing? And she likes crafting. She goes, I do a lot of crafting. My daughter has started a, make it home soap business. I'm like, how old is your daughter? She's like 11. It's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you need to combine crafting with mortgages.
With,
And so we came
there
up
you
with
go.
the branding for her YouTube channel is Crafting the Perfect Mortgage. And so she's going to talk about doing crafts, maybe do a little thing, and then bring in the mortgage side. And it's just say, hey, my tip this week for crafting the perfect mortgages, make sure you get a pre-approval, not a pre-qual if you're going out and looking at homes. So,
Correct.
but now she's excited. And it was so cool to see, because she went from on the call terrified, right, Like I don't want to do this, but I know I need to do this. It's like, okay, let's get you excited about it. And she left there. She's like, I'm so excited. But that's
Yeah.
it. It's like doing what you're doing. Get something you're
Yeah.
excited about that you can do consistently.
And when you do it, when it's something that you truly love, you don't have to fake it.
Right.
That's why that's what people are like, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. But is that really you, or is it what you want? There's a difference, because when it's really not truly a passion of yours, then you can't keep up the consistency. There's no way it will die, and the end of that idea. Yeah.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I put your LinkedIn profile into the chat, and I like your profile because it opens with taco expert.
Yep.
So what am I? First of all, I'm a taco expert.
What I do is
I do some mortgage stuff.
And I do some mortgage stuff.
And you know what, though? I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that. It's interesting you do that, because I just helped my wife create her LinkedIn profile for some real estate stuff. And when I was doing the profile, like you did, I started off like, I thought, forget all this. I went like, awesome Nana. You know what I mean? You know, I kind of just went down that road with it, and we've already gotten several people comment and go, I love your bio. You know what I mean? Because it's really authentic and just true, and just, you know. Yeah.
It's awesome. And I appreciate EPM allowing me to be like my true self. That's one of the things I appreciate with the organization, that they allow me to still do my Taco Tuesday, all that, and they don't have no issues with it. And the truth is, as I continue to help grow the organization, it's such a soft intro, because when I tell them, sometimes they don't get who I am right away, but when they figure it out, or they go to stalk me on LinkedIn, they're like, oh my God, I knew it was you.
So have you taken Eddie for like a Taco Tuesday? Because is there such a thing as a Cuban taco? I'm sure there is. So there's a really good Cuban restaurant that's right around the corner from EPM. You have to take him over there. I think we should do in this group, because we're all in different parts of the country. We'll have you on, and we'll each have a taco, and we can like pass the taco from one to the other.
I don't think we can. We're getting close to the top of the hour, but I don't think we can say goodbye without asking, like, okay, where's the best taco?
Yeah, where's the best taco?
Where would you say?
Of course, again, it's like, I love my Chicago tacos, right? My favorite place is on the north side of Chicago. It's called Garcia's. On the Western and Lawrence in Chicago. Yes, it is one of my absolutely I mean, I fly in the sucker and don't tell nobody that I'm going. I just sit there with like tacos and like a margarita, and like I just enjoy. I'm in like
smile.
Yes, like I'm so excited. And then Chicago has a huge Latino population, right? And one of them is a Mexican population. There's something called 26th Street, which is like, I don't know where to equate it. It's like Little Village, 26th Street area. It's full of the Mexican culture. They have a place called Aguascalientes that are best known for like these, like, oh my God, it's just so beautiful. It just smells so good. And so
man.
And now I'm definitely taco and margarita today. I mean,
I don't get a taco today, I'm going to be pissed off, actually.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, I remember I was with Michael Hammond, and we were at MBA in San Diego last, October, September? I don't remember. Yeah. And so him and I were just having some lunch. He's like, hey, they have tacos by the pool, and it was cold, but I'm like, let's go. The tacos at whatever MBA, I think it was like a Marriott, was attached to that like conference center. It was in San Diego, had some of the best. I couldn't even listen. I'm like, Michael, I can't even listen to what you're doing. I just can't. I need 3 more tacos stacked. Like they
So I'm a little surprised that Taco Bell wasn't in your top 5 there. So I'm like,
right?
No, it's not. But I will tell you this. Do you know that the Taco Bell in Las Vegas, you can get married in that sucker? You can get married and they throw you a taco themed wedding. I'm considering getting married just for that.
Well, if you decide to do that, we will all come.
That's the whole production there.
But we have to
there'll
go
be
somewhere else for tacos, though.
Yeah,
once you
we
get
can't have the
married.
tacos there.
I'll eat them. I'm good with the Taco Bell taco.
Yeah. There's
I'm a
a
fan.
famous place here. I'm in the Tampa Bay area, and there's a famous place here. I think it's called the Taco Bus, where it's been featured. Yeah, the diners and dives, or stuff like that on some of the food channels and stuff like that. So
Yeah, they opened one in Orlando, but it is right down the street from my house, and it didn't do so well.
Interesting. Yeah. So is there a call to action, just in closing here, is there a call to action, like when you do these videos, and you're like, is there a call to action to do something, or go inspire somebody, or give you a call about your company, or how do you work that?
No, because I don't ever, there's no real pushy or any call to action. It's just something that if you can learn something from it, because I am a recruiter by nature. That's what I've been doing for over a decade. And I like to also share information, right? So I also, if you find anything valuable, if I can give you a nugget that will help you seal the deal with the candidate, I do stuff like that. But the truth is, I don't like to be pushy on it, because everyone knows I work for EPM, right? A lot of people know, or that I'm aligned with a certain, vendor or an association or something like that, trade organization, all that.
You don't know if you don't tell me.
What do you mean?
You don't know if you don't tell me. Like, if you don't tell me, I don't know that.
Well, I mean,
she's more B2B. She's more B2B, Carl, but you're 100% right. You could easily put in a call to action on whatever your passion is. And you can tie it in if you're B2C.
And there have been people that have come and say, hey, I want exclusivity. No, that's not, I don't want, exclusivity.
One thing I always looked at, the one thing I always looked at on the call to action, I always kind of looked at it like this way, like if like I'll pick on my buddy Scott. So let's say I own a tire company, and I'm going down the road, and I see Scott on the side of the road with a flat tire, and I'm getting ready to pull in and help him out because I sell tires. And I go, well, I don't want to be uncool or anything, so I'm not going to stop and offer to sell him a tire. And I drive off, and he's sitting there with a flat tire. And I think you seem like an amazing person, like we just met, but I mean, you have an instant likability thing going on here that's really special. And man, if I got a flat tire, you got a solution for it, and I don't know it, I don't think it's uncool or pushy at all to say, hey, by the way, if you're looking to insert in thing, maybe we could help you over here. So I
could, it could be something down the road. I'm not doing it now.
Hey, but let me tell you something, my friend. You're the one that's known as Taco Tuesday, not me. You're the one that people go, I know you. You don't have to pay here. Every time I go to Taco Bell, they want their money, right? So, so I'm not suggesting even for a second that you don't know what you're doing, because you definitely got it going. I was just asking, just learning here.
Yeah, no, I'm very open. That's cool. I appreciate like that, and I learned different things from different people all the time. I'm a sponge. I'm always learning. So that's good. And
I wasn't trying to teach her. I was just curious. Like I'm sitting there trying to get, it's fascinating what you're doing. That's really cool. And it looks like I was going to say a movement. It's just you know what you are. If you're a little, you're a ray of sunshine in people's lives. And there's a lot of storms going on in everybody's life, even in the good times, right? Everybody's got storms in their life. And if they have this little ray of sunshine, I mean, Frank's been that for years, in our industry. He has, Frank's just this really super nice guy, just this little ray of sunshine.
I know about little, but
Yeah.
So Dalila's the Pied Piper of tacos.
Yeah. So it's my hat's off to you. You got a really good thing going, and you seem like the absolute perfect person to pull this off. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
So in closing, and I know, Frank, are you going to take us out with music again when we get ready?
Oh, yeah. You want me to?
So
I want accordion.
Oh, did you bring your washboard? So just pull everything together. So first of all, find out something you're passionate about. Whether
Yeah.
it's tacos, whether it's, the what do we call that? The what the
Jaw harp.
jaw harp. It's hard for me to say that. Jaw
Jaw
harp.
harp.
The two words don't go together there very well.
They don't.
So
it sounds like
find out
something.
something you're excited about, right? And then keep consistently doing it. And then, bringing in, and the whole idea of this is to learn from each other. And that's the whole thing. You can start out with one thing in video and then you watch somebody else like, oh, I like that. And so
Yep.
Carl's is, and Jason always called it not a call to action, but a move to action. And that might help you, Dalila, as far as your mindset of not wanting to be pushy, because I'm that way too. But people do want to know who you are and how to get in touch with you and how you can help them. And so to Carl's point, saying, I help people, empower themselves, be their best person, whatever it is you want to say. And, you can reach me at. So it doesn't have to be like the super, hey, in your face.
Yeah.
But people will follow you. So, I think bringing those two together is important, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. It's good. It's good feedback. I appreciate it.
Tell me how you can help me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cool stuff.
So get
Hey,
that.
you're gonna be at NAMBA. You're gonna be at NAMBA here. What is it, in July or something like in
Actually, yes, I have already well, I don't know. They're going to decide that the title company reached out to me. And so they're going to decide they will be attending, and they're deciding. I have a call with them later today if they're my guest. But yes, I will be there, Lord willing, April 12th. I have a lunch meeting. Carl, Toby Moyle. Toby here in Orlando. You know her. Yeah. We have lunch this Friday together. So I will be there at NAMBA April 12th. So, and of course, Tony Thompson is my mentor, and we fight and talk like almost.
I love Tony. Tony's. I'll see I'm at the main gig. I can't remember when it is. It's on my calendar, but
September. Yeah.
I love Tony, and I love his organization, and
yeah, he just texted me this morning, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, bye. I gotta go. Yes.
Well, good. So next week, first of all, thank you so much, Dalila. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. It's my pleasure.
And, we will have you back on again. Next week, we have Parker Couch, who is a brand new loan originator out of Austin, Texas, with Homestar. He's also part of the Freedom Club and has been killing it on video. So we're going to have him on next week. So thanks so much, everyone. And okay, Frank, take us out.
You're not taking us out.
I love it. We're trying to get a screenshot.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.
See you next time.
Bye.